If you love wrestling, and you must, otherwise why are you here? Then you should know that wrestling hasn't always been this way. There were reasons and people who contributed to changing wrestling until it reached the form it's in today. Before we start, like the video and subscribe to the channel, and let's begin with the most important name in the industry, Vince McMahon.
No chance, so that's what you got.
We're talking about the person who sat on the throne of the wrestling world for 40 years. The man who turned local wrestling promotions into a massive entity and global entertainment product and a multi-billion-dollar industry. Vince McMahon is considered the man who changed the face of the industry since he took over his father's wrestling company and started acquiring independent promotions and merging them with his main company under the name WWF. And with his organization of WrestleMania, he announced the end of the territory era and from there launched into dominating the wrestling world. But to achieve this dream, McMahon needed someone to help him and be the ideal face of the promotion, and this takes us to the next person, which is Hulk Hogan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the incredible Hulk Hogan!
Hogan is more than a wrestler, but who rips his shirt and goes crazy when someone hits him, and he is also the brave hero who lifted Andre the Giant and all that talk. The next person is Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Well, before the appearance of Jeff Hardy and the revolution in the world of high-flying wrestling, Snuka was the person who started all of this at a time when wrestling was limited to repetitive stereotypical showy moves. Jimmy Snuka changed this common pattern and was one of the first to use the ring corners to fly, thereby inspiring generations of wrestlers who followed the high-flying wrestling style. The next wrestler is Dynamite Kid. There are names carved in wrestling history as the best performers inside the ring like Bret Hart, Chris Benoit and Daniel Bryan. All of these are legends and icons in the technical wrestling style. But you should know that all of them came from the mantle of Dynamite Kid, the English wrestler whom wrestlers and fans considered a phenomenon among his generation and the generations to come. With a fast and dazzling wrestling style, he was able to capture the hearts of the fans and gain the respect of wrestlers and management backstage. His style was masterful, his moves were smooth and well calculated. He inspired many and paved the way for the emergence of legends everyone knows to this day. The next wrestler is Roddy Piper. Speaking skills on the microphone did not have all that popularity that it has now. Before Bunk, Cena, MJF, The Rock, Piper was the first to use the microphone as a weapon. Everyone who is asked about the best speaker on the mic in wrestling history, many put Piper at the top. His style in the ring was not the best, but he was able to make up for that with his abilities to talk in promos and portray the heel character perfectly, which made him a legend carved in wrestling history as the first to direct the fans' attention to the importance of the ability to talk on the microphone. The next person is Paul Heyman. In the world of wrestling there are names that had a huge impact on the industry, but there were influential names and there is Paul Heyman. Heyman is one of the most creative minds in the industry, a genius and a powerful speaker on the microphone. Do you remember when I said that wrestling would not have become like this without Vince McMahon? Well, McMahon would not have dared to implement any bold ideas before the appearance of Paul Heyman, the man who changed the shape of the industry and the entire product, starting with founding ECW, the promotion that represented rebellion and power and boldness. ECW and what it presented of unique content at that time was the core and the idea that paved the way for the emergence of the greatest era in wrestling history, the Attitude Era. Heyman is not just a legendary speaker or a genius businessman, but he was one of the best managers in the field and was the reason for the emergence and polishing of names we all know today like Brock Lesnar and CM Punk and Roman Reigns, in addition to a group of legends of the Ruthless Aggression era. This man is a legend of the field for sure,